Mario got drafted. Luigi was going to be drafted, but he managed to fail his physical. So, just being such a great hero, Mario was picked to be... Like, they decided they want this great hero, this monster killer, to go onto the front lines and be a commander. And, you know, help out our squads that are having some trouble on the front. And that's when Mario went to war. He kind of got fast-tracked through the training and didn't get much training when he wound up on the front at leading the worst squad ever. And through a combination of incompetence and, once again, poor safety practices, there were a number of friendly fire incidents with grenades, and Mario wound up somewhat injured, shell-shocked, and court-martialed. So, Mario returns home from the war. Luigi is still being a plumber, but Mario, he's not ready to go back to the sewers that potentially will have more monsters in them. Because, of course, you know, the expectation is that there's still going to be monsters in the sewers. That's Luigi's making some hard bank off of the threat of monsters returning. So, they've got, Mario's not ready to go back into the sewers. So, he's trying to relax, he's trying to take some time off. He takes up golf, he, gets a gig as a tennis referee. He's just kind of relaxing, doing some sports. Then he, like, before too long, he's itching to get back to work. He's had his time, he gets to relax. Golf is expensive, he doesn't have a whole lot of money. So he gets a job on a wrecking crew. Once again, though, he runs into issues with management. That, the wrecking crew site is bizarre. It's got these weird wrench monsters and, like, fire showing up randomly and eggplant men, and he doesn't know what the hell to make of this. But it's definitely not safe. So, once again, he starts, threatening to, you know, bring down OSHA and, safety regulations on the site. Damn it. But the foreman, his boss there, Foreman Spike, he's not just going to try and sabotage Mario and make him go away. He wants to kill Mario. He actively starts trying to kill Mario by, like, dropping walls on him with his sledgehammer, throwing the wrench things around, because, the wrench things were actually Foreman Spike's minions. So, we discovered this, that, something that I haven't explicitly stated here yet, that, Foreman Spike, I believe, is a roboticist, who was never taken seriously because of his, lack of formal education and blue-collar roots. And, so he's got all of, like, these robot wrench things and eggplant things, and, he uses them in his demolitions work. And so he's using them against Mario now. And, so Mario decides to tough it out. He is fighting back, he's doing his job, breaking all of the shit, and, thwarting Spike and his wrenches, his gotcha wrenches. And everything is going pretty alright, but eventually it's just too much. Mario just can't keep this shit up. He quits. Or he gets fired, that's not entirely clear. But, Mario is out of the wrecking crew. Oh, what happens next? I'm trying to remember.
Is this where Super Mario World Bros happens?
I believe before that, his,
Or did Mario drive around the country for a while?
No, that was definitely after Super Mario Brothers. Yeah, I think Super Mario Brothers does happen in that time. Just after the Wrecking Crew. That, he gets approached by Toad, an emissary from the Mushroom Kingdom seeking help because they have been conquered by Bowser. And, the people of the Mushroom Kingdom have all been transformed into bricks and rocks and trees and shrubs. And their kingdom's been taken over, and the only one who could break the spell is the princess, Peach Toadstool. And she is held captive by Bowser in his castle. So, Toad is off trying to find a hero, and he hears about Mario's heroism in the sewers, and Toad realizes that the monsters he fought in the sewers were Bowser's troops. That, must have wound up lost in the warp pipe to Earth.
Because there's a warp pipe to Earth.
Well, yeah, that's how Mario gets between Earth and the Mushroom Kingdom. Wow, I'm doing poorly.
Mm-hmm.
But, wow.
And that's where the story ends.
Okay. But I can continue from the same world. So, as I was saying, Toad finds the hero Mario and asks for help, and Mario's like, fuck yeah, this sounds great. Being a hero, that sounds like the job for me. And so he goes off to the Mushroom Kingdom, and that's what we see here, is when he was in the Mushroom Kingdom, saving the Mushroom Kingdom from Bowser's invading forces. Well, occupying forces at this point. And, then he eventually does. Spoilers. He saves the day. And saves the princess, and the spell gets broken, and the Mushroom Kingdom is saved, and he is the hero of the Mushroom Kingdom. Then he goes home. Because, like, he doesn't have a place in the Mushroom Kingdom. It's this weird magic land, and he may not even remember having grown up there. It may have been that they moved out when he was still a kid. So, it's not really... He's got a home in New York. So he goes back, but, he's itching for adventure. He does, however, come back with a heap of gold. Because he's got all these gold coins that he's finding. And he is, he kind of ends up being like a celebrity, because, like, suddenly this guy, who is still kind of known as the hero from, saving the sewers of New York, and he shows up with this heap of gold. He just kind of becomes a celebrity, because wealthy people are celebrities on Earth. That just happens. So, as a celebrity, he starts getting, like, weird celebrity gigs. Like, he gets a gig as a boxing referee for a while. And he even, like, referees for such big names as Mike Tyson and Little Mac. And that was a good time that he had. Before too long, he's kind of itching for more adventure, though. He's itching for thrills. And that's where things start going kind of wrong. The first thing he does is he decides to be a Formula 1 race car driver. Now, you can't normally just decide to be a Formula 1 race car driver, but, the corrupt officials there were willing to humor him if he paid them enough money, and so he did. And, they just gave him, like, a little funny car to drive on the tracks. Not an actual F1 race car, just, like, a shitty go-kart or something that they told him was an F1 race car. But he actually managed to do pretty well. And, before too long, they decided, okay, we can't keep this up. We gotta just throw him out. And so they threw him out of the Formula 1 racing circuit. They stopped humoring him. And then he couldn't scratch that itch, he started getting into drugs. He started getting into hard drugs. And, driving rally races while supremely high. Now, Luigi was very concerned and ended up, kind of coming with him on these races just to watch him, just to make sure he doesn't get himself killed. But, while Mario is in this downward spiral, he has a dream. A bizarre dream. A shared dream. With his brother, Luigi, the Princess Peach Toadstool, and her attendant Toad. They all have this dream of Subcon.